Hello folks, this is Joel583, and today we'll be looking at Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Shockwave Weapons Specialist. It's got a hyperflux cannon included, and as you can clearly see, this guy was on clearance for almost half off. He was $9, and now he's $5.50 or $4.50. A good deal. Also, the packaging's a little banged up, but that's okay. Basically, it just shows us Shockwave and a missile. Shockwave, Weapon Specialist. This Decepticon scientist's brain power is outmatched only by his incredible firepower. I guess it's a little hard to type when you have a giant cannon for an arm, but it's a good thing he's not left-handed. So basically, on the back here, we just have his robot mode and his tank mode, as well as all this battle scene on the bottom here. Hyperflux cannon included. Sorry, there's really only one way to read that. Apparently this is a sticker. I'm not going to bother with it. Alright, and here we have Shockwave open up and into his robot mode. First off, I gotta say, a lot of purple on this guy. But like I said in the Constructbots Megatron review, this is a guy who wears it well. So detail-wise, you just have this one big window on his chest, his signature Cyclops eye, and that's really about it. Just one normal arm, his one giant cannon, which is, yeah, this thing could just barely touch the ground. It's already about the same size as him, as his main body. That's a lot of firepower. I wouldn't mess with this guy if I was you. And even in the show, you didn't want to mess with this guy. And on his back, we just have a very hollow back, as well as some kind of little spine thing. Not sure what that's for. Well, of course you have his actual spine decal. The molding there is very nice. Talking about this little triangle right here. Not sure what this thing is for. So, as for posability, you have a ball joint at the shoulder, a ball joint at the elbow, same on both arms. Hand does not move. Legs, ball joint at the hip. A kind of a swivel. Well, two swivels right at the knee. And the foot can kind of tilt, but that's really only because of the transformation. Also, another thing to point out, the shoulder pads here aren't actually attached to the shoulder. They can go anywhere they want. And as for the missile, just this one big missile. Just plug this right in the barrel. And apparently it's the same type of missile that Constructbots Megatron uses. Let's hope this one has a little more power. But he also can't rest his arm with it like that. Just, you really have to hold it like that, which is very ugly because all of this is exposed. So you can have them like that, which just looks useless. Or you can try and find some way to, yeah, just kind of hold it like that. The cannon on its own is great. The cannon with the missile is difficult to use. And I'm not going to fire it until we get into vehicle mode. Alright, and here we have him in his Cybertronian tank mode. Now, as you may have noticed, I had to flip down some back fin things. Apparently it has back fin things. Was not aware of that. I was not aware of that until after I looked at the instructions. Well, that's what you get for reviewing something right out of the box. So, as for our tank mode, I've seen better tank modes. Like the front wheels here, where the legs are, they don't really peg in anywhere, at least not as far as I can tell. The back treads are okay. They have wheels, but they don't seem to roll very well. Probably because it's on a smooth surface. It might work better on carpet. And now we see the use for the triangle thing on his back. Yeah, there's really no use for that, because it just basically goes around it. It has no other function other than to fill up this tiny bit of space. The hand is completely visible. And the windshield cockpit thing is kind of hard to see. Especially on this, so like it's all hidden. I've seen better tank modes. That's all I can really say about it. This could have been done better, but that's probably because of the small size. This is probably the best they could do. So I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say this is the best they could do at the time. So, as for the cannon firing. Basically, you just take the cannon, the whole entire cannon, and push it forward. And push it forward. There we go. Now, I probably could shoot a little further, but I was a little afraid of putting too much force because, well, I was afraid of this thing falling apart. And oh, does this thing look ugly from the back? Ugh. And this piece right here doesn't quite peg in. Like, yeah, there's no real way to peg that in. It just kind of sits there, being useless. And that is Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Shockwave. This guy is barely worth the $5. I don't think he's worth the $10 he was originally priced at. His robot mode looks nice, so long as you don't have a missile in it. And his tank mode is just scrambled and cluttered. Like he's too crowded, and yet he's too far apart. That probably makes no sense, but that's really the best way I can think to describe this guy. Honestly, I am not going to let this guy out of robot mode anytime soon. Ugh. And honestly, his back fins, like the treads of the tires aren't molded the same because of the transformation. One needed more clearance than the other. Not sure why both couldn't have the same amount of clearance, which would make things even, because extended to their fullest, the fins do not even remotely reach the same side. You have to kind of fiddle with them just to be even. And I pray I didn't do it right. So would I recommend picking this guy up? No. No. Maybe if you're a really hardcore Shockwave fan, I could, but not this guy. I don't understand you passing him up. Alright, now thank you folks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.